Hello friends, let's continue with our lecture. Today I will be teaching you about the functions. See, functions is made up of different types. That is, it includes function declaration, function definition, and function call. Let me explain you with an example. A function is generally a code that when you call it, performs a certain task. Let me show you with an example. Suppose I write a function. Wait a second. Ah, First, let us include the header file. Sorry, the standard library. And then, now using standard C, that is one, C out. Then using standard C in. Now we have to always declare. We can declare anywhere function. We can declare it anywhere. So I'll be declaring it before our main function. So let me show you with an example. Add int x comma int y. So here int is the return type, which takes two parameters, that is x and y, which are also of the data type int. So this function will return a value that is of data type int. Again, we should write it in the curly braces. Return x plus y. Now let us write our main function. Int main. Now here we have to declare two variables, that is int x and int y. Now let us declare another variable int total, which holds the value of x plus y. That is, now I'll be calling function. Add and pass here parameter as, let us say, 2, 3. It's okay if we don't declare here x and y also. Now let's print our total value. Yes, now let me save it, and you will see 2 plus 3, that is 5, gets printed over here. I'll save it and run it. See, here 5 is printed. So as you can see, we have called our function here, add. This is the function name, and when I call it here, it automatically the compiler gets over here, takes parameter 2 in place of x and 3 in place of y, and return x plus y, that is 2 plus 3, that is 5, is return here to total. And when I print the value of total, I get 5 printed over here. So this is all about functions. Now let us go in some more depth. Let us know about what is function overloading. Function overloading basically means that two functions can have same name, but they are differentiated on the basis of the parameters they take. Let me show you it with the help of an example. Okay. Now since we have int add over here, I'll be creating another function with same name int add, which takes three parameters: int a, comma int b, comma int c. It takes over here three parameters and it is of data type int, so it will be returning, let us say for example return a plus b plus c semicolon. Yes, now we have created a one more function of same name, as you can see here, int add and int add, but here it takes only two parameters and here it takes three parameters. So let me give here it name as total1 over here. Similarly, int total2 is equal to add, let me give as 6, 7, 8 semicolon. Now let me print the value of total2. When I save it and I'll run it, so you can see 21 gets overprinted here, because 6 plus 7 plus 8 is 21 and it gets printed over here. This is function overloading, that is two functions have same name but they are differentiated on the basis of the parameters that they take. Here only two parameters are taken into consideration and here three. This is about function overloading. Now let's learn about objects and classes. We'll be dealing it with later, but let me just tell you the definition of objects and classes. As you know, C++ is an object-oriented language. The class defines the idea of object, what data it holds, that is what the data it holds. Classes are nothing but they define objects or what data they hold. Functions inside a class are known as member functions, so I'll be dealing with that later, about objects and classes in more depth. Now let us learn about strings in C++ language. Let me create a new file, strings.cpp. Yes. Now, strings are nothing but they represent the text messages. They use header file hash include string. Let me show you. First, let me use the standard library. Similarly, I'll be using header file for string. So as you can see, it takes hash include string. There is one more header file, hash include string.h, but that is different from this one. Don't get confused. Now after that, we'll be using standard cout and cin functions. Similarly, we'll be using standard string also. Since we have declared here hash include string, we'll be using standard string also. For the int main, when I type string is equal to no, wait a second, no, I have to declare a variable. Now string is a data type, so let me declare a variable as name, and now name is equal to, suppose, Peter. Now when I type cout and type your name, and save it, and when I run it, wait a second, it showed me an error. Yes, I did not terminate with semicolon, my bad. Okay, I'll save it and run it again. See, you can see here Peter gets printed over here. So this is a method of using strings. We'll include a library, and then for repeated using we'll declare this function, and now string becomes a keyword. We can declare a variable. We can type anything over here. Let me say my name is Peter. I'll save it. I'll run it. You can see my name is Peter. This is different from char, which only takes single character or letter. Yes, that's our string. So to compare two strings, we can make use of double equal to operator. We can perform various operations with the help of strings, such as string comparison, string concatenation, and etc. To combine two strings, we'll use plus operator. Let me show you. This is string. Let me give string name 1, and this is name 1. Now I'll be declaring another string variable known as string name 2. Now name 2 is equal to hello, how is your day? Exclamation mark. How is your day, Peter? I have to change here as name 1, and I'll just print the value of name 2 also. Now let me concatenate both the strings. For that, I'll be declaring another string variable, string, for example, mix. Mix is equal to name 1 plus name 2. Now cout mix So here, as you can see, when I type cout and mix, I'll just save it and I'll run it. Wait. As you can see, it gets my name is Peter is printed. Hello, how is your day, Peter gets printed, and both of this gets printed. Wait. Okay, I have not put \n, so let me put. I'll save it again and I'll run it. See, my name is Peter. Hello, how is your day, Peter? My name is Peter. Hello, how is your day, Peter? But this is not looking good. So you can directly type here as cout name 1 and leave some space here, as you can see here, and name 2. So it looks somewhat better. These two lines get separated with double space, or you can make it single space also. Control S and run. See, only single space, but that's not the case with this one. So this is about string. You can also compare two strings with double equal to operator, which we'll be dealing now. So for better understanding, let us see one more program related to strings. So as you can see, I've included the standard library cout cin function along with string. So I'll be declaring a string variable as name and cout. Enter your name. Now cin. So whatever you enter the name, I want it to be stored in the name variable. So I'll be typing here as name. Now let me create. Okay, wait a second. Okay. Let me create another string variable as string greeting. Now in greeting variable, I want to type as hello hello plus the name. I'll save it. Save it and I'll run it. You can see enter name. Let me enter name as John. So okay, I have not printed the value of greeting, so cout greeting. I'll save it and I'll run it again. I'll enter my name as John. See, you can see here written as hello John. So what I've done is I've stored the name, that is John, in the name variable, and in the greeting variable I've written as hello plus the name. Now the name here contains as John, so it prints as hello John. So this is about one more string operation where the user can type the name and you can just greet the user by hello. Now we can also make use of if and else statements. Okay, let me show you. If name is equal to for comparison, if let me say if name is equal to John, so this must be in double quotes. Nice. If name is equal to John, I want to print as cout hello I know you. Yes, I want to print this if name is equal to John, or else we can do it as else cout I don't know you. I'll save it and I will run it and let me show you. Okay, we are getting here an error. Yes, I've not terminated with a semicolon. Let me do it. I'll save and I'll run again. Enter your name. First let me type as Peter. See it prints as hello Peter, I don't know you. But let me type it as again as John. I'll run it again. Let me type as John. See it prints hello John, hello I know you. So we can also make use of if and else statements with the help of strings. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now let's do some exercise. So here we'll be considering two strings and we'll compare the number of letters in each of them. So you try it and pause it and you can wait for my solution. Okay, let me show you my solution. So this is my solution. As you can see, I've declared all the standard library string, string.h, cout, cin, and string statements. And in the main function, I've declared a variable word1 of string data type and word2 of string data type, and an answer for the while loop. And bool go on is set to true initially. Now in the while loop, I've asked user to enter the first sentence, or maybe you can type here as first word that gets stored in the variable word1. Similarly, when the user enters second word, it gets stored in the word2. Now if word1 dot length, this is the inbuilt keyword in C++ language, dot length with two parentheses. This is used to check the length of a string. So if word1 dot length is equal to word2 dot length, then it prints both sentences are of equal length. Similarly, if length of word1 is greater than length of word2, then it prints a sentence or word1 is longer than second sentence. Similarly, if length of word1 is less than length of word2, it prints sentence 2 is longer than sentence 1. And finally, it asks for me to continue or not. If my answer is 0, then the while loop gets broken. Else, it repeats and it goes on and on and on. Let me run it. Wait a second. So as you can see, it asks me to enter the first sentence. Let it be Peter. It asks me to enter the second sentence. Let it be as Scarlet. See, it prints sentence 2 is longer than sentence 1. Do you wish to continue? Okay, I've not put here \n. Save and I'll run again. Wait. Yes, now the first sentence was Peter and the second sentence was Scarlet. It prints sentence 2 is longer than sentence 1 and asks me, do you wish to continue? If I press 1, it again asks me to enter the first sentence. Let it be as ABC. Second sentence as ABCDEF. Again it prints sentence 2 is longer than sentence 1. Now when I enter 0, okay, wait a second. I have to put here double equal to operator. I'll run again. Else I'll just run it again. Okay, first sentence is AB, second is ABC, sentence 2 is longer than sentence 1. I do not want to continue, I'll press 0. It exits out of the while loop. So this is about strings. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.